Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new campaign Let's Play video for Railroad Tycoon 3. Today we're in Argentina. We start in 1880 and it says that General Julio A. Roca has created an environment perfect for an exceptional tycoon. You have been chosen by the General to provide a railway system to spur on the growth of the country. Fail and the country will wither and stagnate. For bronze, we need to haul at least 100 loads of meat by the end of 1909, so we'll get 30 years. That's 100 loads of meat from anywhere to anywhere. Just deliver meat anywhere. Silver. Haul at least 200 loads of meat, 100 loads of wool, and have industry profits of 10 million or greater by the end of 1909. And gold, 350 loads of meat or more, 200 loads of wool, 100 loads of grain, and have industry profits of 25 million or greater by the end of 1909. Yeah, so basically, special conditions, no buying or selling of stock. That's like, you know, buying shares, selling shares on margin, short selling, stuff like that. No resigning as chairman or minister. You may not start more than one company. We already have a company set up with 1.3 million in the bank. You may not change the company dividend. That's fine, given that we're not bothered about personal net worth. Or unlike the Orient Express, where we were actually bothered about personal net worth. Until I gave up on gold. And you cannot declare bankruptcy. Again, that's okay. So, we can build unconnected track. We can connect wherever we want, because there's no specific cities that we have to connect to. So we can start wherever we want, provided we've got territorial access. We can connect whatever cities we want. We can build unconnected track. I think we can take out bonds, can't declare bankruptcy, not that we'll hopefully need to. Might not be able to issue stock, which reduces the amount of money we can make in total. But we don't have to worry about personal net worth, we don't have to worry about dividends, buying, selling shares and stuff like that. All we have to do, I say all, for gold, is just deliver a lot of meat, 350 loads in 30 years or less, so it's like, you know, 11.5 loads a year on average. 200 loads of wool, 100 loads of grain, so wool, grain and meat, and have industry profits of 25 million or greater by the end of 1909. As newly appointed Minister of Transportation, it's your job to improve the infrastructure. Your current lineup of locomotives is rather weak. You can partner up with the French, American or British investors, but not with all three at this time. The French will bring the Crampton locomotive, the Americans will bring the 8-wheeler, and the British will bring the Stirling. You'll be contacted by negotiators soon. So it's worth noting that with all three of these, not only do you get the locomotive, you also get another bonus. And in terms of just the locomotive, the Crampton is horribly out of date by 1880. There's just a lot better stuff. The Stirling is faster, possibly, than the 8-wheeler, but it's probably not as good, so overall the 8-wheeler is the best. As for the other benefits, that remains to be seen, but the American benefit I think is the best overall, if memory serves. Yeah, so this stock market is just completely unavailable. We can't actually issue and buy back stock, and we can't change the dividend, although it's only 10 cents anyway. Yeah, so our company setup is the Grand Central Argentine Railway. Whether or not that was a real railway, I don't know. I imagine that by this point in time Argentina had a few railroads. We can't declare bankruptcy, but we can issue bonds, so yeah, not terrible, we just can't issue stock. For some reason our share price is currently $147, and there are 10,000 shares outstanding. There's no AI, so the attempt merger button is completely pointless. Unless we... yeah, I was going to say unless we started another company and then merged our two companies together, but we can't do that anyway, so the attempt merger button is completely pointless. I'm guessing that there's just no condition where they can really get rid of that, but... Oh no, wait, no, because Third Republic, you couldn't merge with other companies. So yeah, that button, why that's there, I don't know. It's just completely pointless. Anyway, we start with 1.3 million, and first and foremost, there's a few cities kicking around here and there with some cargo. That will obviously grow as we develop. We can start in Argentina, unsurprisingly. The only other territory is Uruguay, which costs $1 million to get to, which we might do later on, because Montevideo looks quite sizable, and there's a few cities here and there. So we might end up connecting to Uruguay. If, hypothetically, we wanted to build a suspension bridge from Buenos Aires to Montevideo, that would be very expensive, and we'd have to wait until at least 1895 to do that. But it'd probably just be easier to build around. Now, meat is our priority, seeing as we need 350 loads of meat or more delivered for gold. So, meat. There are currently 37 loads of meat on the map. Now, price is fairly expensive everywhere. Santa Isabel has 2 meat plants, and we could deliver meat, which itself actually is $275, although that's actually cheaper than everywhere else. We could deliver that to the nearby town of La Humada, or Victorica. The problem is we'd have to build a bridge, and also possibly a bit hilly around here, although it's not actually too bad. And yeah, just to prove that we can build unconnected track, which is very handy. So we could start in Santa Isabel. Bahia Blanca has a port which demands meat, grain and wool, which are the 3 things that we need to deliver. So we obviously definitely want to connect to Bahia Blanca eventually. La Plata has some meat that we could deliver to Buenos Aires, as does Carmelo, but that's unfortunately in Uruguay, so we don't have access. There will be a lot of cities on the map that I mispronounce because I'm not Spanish. Rosario has a meat plant at about $289 that deliver to Buenos Aires for a small profit. As for wool and grain, wool, there's not a lot. There's only 71 loads. Granted, we only need to actually... we need to deliver 200 loads of wool for gold. So obviously wool's a bit more problematic because it's demanded by textile mills, but it's produced by sheep farms, which aren't going to be in main cities. They're just going to be here, there and everywhere. So what we might end up having to do is do something where there's a lot of wool at a textile mill, and then we deliver it to another place where there's a high demand for wool because there's like another textile mill for a small profit. Or we start building stations and track in the middle of the countryside, not in the cities themselves. Now the other thing we need is 100 loads of grain, and again, grain is a similar problem in that it's not produced by a factory, so it's just produced by farms, so it kind of builds up in cities where it's demanded, but it's supplied in the countryside. So grain is kind of just here, there and everywhere, but the main priority is obviously meat. So it probably makes sense to either start in Santa Isabel, but there's not really a lot going on over here. There's not actually a whole lot of meat there anyway. Or we start in like Rosario, where again there's not actually a lot of meat there, but we could do like Rosario to Buenos Aires and La Plata if we got enough money. And I think that would work better, to be honest. So if we take out a bond, we've got just under 1.8 million. If we've got enough to connect up these cities, which I doubt we will, then that would be very good. So we'll start in Rosario, which can actually do with a medium station for now. Okay, literally as soon as I build the station, foreign negotiators have arrived. They all have skills they wish to offer besides locomotives. The French will show you how to lay track for 20% less than normal. To be fair, that's a useful bonus. The Americans will teach you how to buy and build industries 25% cheaper. That's a very useful bonus. seeing as we actually need industry profit. The British offered to improve your station loading times by 30% and improve locomotive fuel costs by 25%. That's okay, but I think the French and the American bonuses are better. But overall, the Americans is better. Think about it, they all wait for an answer, so we're going to go for the Americans. We need those cheap industries and we need the 8-wheeler because it's the best of the locomotives. So in terms of our locomotives, the only locomotives we actually have available are the Fairley, which is basically useless, unless we plan on building straight up a cliff or something. But it's cheap to buy, but it will only do 18 miles an hour. The Consolidation, very good for freight. It'll do 42 miles an hour and it's with a full train load, and it's good on hills. Bearing in mind these stats are very unreliable. And the 8-wheeler, which will do 60 miles an hour with a full train load on flat land, and it's got very good stats. It's expensive to buy, but it's cheap to maintain. And it's actually alright for passengers. Rosario itself, yeah, there's a lot of livestock. Can't ship them anywhere, but we can ship meat over to Buenos Aires, and interestingly, La Plata is actually more expensive for meat than Buenos Aires, which actually demands the meat. There is a port in Buenos Aires that demands meat, grain, and wool. Also in Rosario, there's a bit of alcohol, which we could ship to nearby towns, and some produce that we could ship to like Buenos Aires and La Plata. As for bridges, if we need them, we'll probably just go for iron bridges, for reasons similar to Orient Express, in that they're middle price and trains don't slow down as much as wooden bridges, and they can be doubled up. So we'll connect these cities if possible, but the main priority is to get to Buenos Aires, which we'll probably need a large station for. Yeah, we do need a large station. And the fact I can build an unconnected track makes life a lot easier. And also, fortunately, around here it's basically flat, so the 8-wheeler will work really well around here. Because the 8-wheeler is very good on flat land, but terrible on slopes. Excuse me. So we'll build maintenance and service here and here. Bearing in mind we need 180,000 for a train, I don't think we've got enough to connect to La Plata. And annoyingly, I can't quite build out of Buenos Aires into La Plata anyway. Or actually, no, I can. But I don't think we've got enough money to do this. Actually, I just have enough if I build a medium station. Yeah. So I would like a large, ideally, but we'll have to go for a medium and upgrade later. Yeah, so that actually... It doesn't cover those 3 houses, annoyingly, but it's good enough for now. So La Plata... There's actually some passengers we can deliver between Buenos Aires and La Plata. Bit of meat we could deliver from La Plata to Buenos Aires. And then Buenos Aires itself... bit of coal and a bit of grain that we could ship to Rosario. Rosario has a bit of alcohol, some produce and meat. Yeah, so this will end up working quite well. We do Rosario to Buenos Aires, to La Plata, to Buenos Aires, and then back to Rosario. And we just tell it to deliver anything. So straight away that is 1 load of meat, 2 loads of meat, and 5 loads of produce. I don't really remember this scenario too well, but I also don't remember it being too difficult. hopefully it's quite a fun one, but we'll see. Oh, so they suspended the dividend, but we literally don't care. Dairy processor has appeared for the first time near Mendoza. I don't really care too much about that, because we're not bothered about cheese. I like cheese, I'm just not bothered about it for this scenario. And also Mendoza's like way in the middle of nowhere. There's only 20 loads of milk, and interestingly, they are actually all the dairy all the dairy farms are actually relatively nearby. But yeah, we're not bothered about milk, we're not bothered about cheese for this scenario. We need milk, we need meat, grain, and wool. Right, so we'll actually put a dining car on the Buenos Aires train. Yeah, because it only gives us like an extra bit of money, but it's just a little bit extra. And then we'll put a dining car on that train as well. And that's actually delivering 0.86 of a load of meat. Right. I keep forgetting that's not allowed. I'm going to press that so many times. So we're not hugely profitable, but we're making a small profit. As for these two cities, Carmen de Arejo might have a bit more than Pergamino. It does actually have a bakery, which will demand some grain. Can't quite fit the entire town in with a... Oh, I can fit a small station on. Just wondering if I should go with a small station or a medium, though. Probably go with a medium, to be honest. So some grain here that we could ship over to Rosario. No passengers and mail want to go to or from the town. There's a tiny bit of milk that would be very profitable to ship to Rosario, but it's a tiny amount. So unfortunately this train, or this station rather, it would basically just go back and forth to Rosario, but it's... Actually, we could ship some meat and some alcohol. Okay, so Rosario to Carmen next year. Okay, so the train from Buenos Aires to Rosario is not actually that profitable. Right, so they're pleased with us. We just can't take out another bond, which is actually really annoying. I might end up having to get a fairly, to be honest. Which is really not good, because that's a long old way. If I can afford a consolidation, I'll get a consolidation, but... Really, I could just do with another bond, please. But we only actually made 61,000, so... Okay, I'll get a fairly, but I'm really not expecting this to do much. Because it's not a quick train. The fairly is good for mountainous layouts, it's not good for something like this. Oh, I can issue a bond, that's useful. So now I can make this into an 8-wheeler. And I'll also connect to Pergamino while I'm at it. Build a station like that. Okay, so Pergamino has some troops that want to go to and from Rosario. And then Rosario itself yeah, so I guess we could just do a simple train from Rosario to Pergamino. We'll do an 8-wheeler as well. We'll put a dining car on, why not? Actually, the dining car's not needed, is it? Because troops aren't affected by a dining car. Yeah, I'm going to press that so many times, forgetting. So just out of interest, our player has no stock, but we've actually got 333,000 in cash. We're going to get that sort of stuff from salary, but obviously salaries and personal net worth and everything, that's all completely irrelevant. So far we've delivered 8 loads of meat and 3 loads of grain, no wool, that's fine. We're not making a huge profit, we're making a small profit. So, Cheskamus actually has a little bit of grain. The thing is we could deliver grain. The way that this scenario works is you can deliver meat and wool and grain from A to B for a profit, and then you deliver it from B to C for a profit as well, and that counts as like 2 loads, even though technically you're delivering the same load of meat. Stock split 2 for 1. Doesn't really affect us for this scenario. Can't take out another bond, bit annoying. So, produce. More meat. Meat. So, eventually we're going to want to start getting some industries. Yeah, so there's a demand for wool in Buenos Aires, and there is a bit of wool in Buenos Aires, but we can't exactly deliver it anywhere. Also, Buenos Aires to La Plata would actually be quite a good little short train. I'm aware I've already got a train going from Rosario to Buenos Aires to La Plata and then back, but we'll just actually do another train between La Plata and Buenos Aires. Growing Prosperity and a toy factory appeared out of nowhere. Toy factory, we don't really care. It's in a place that I can't pronounce, in northern Argentina. Yeah, the amount of times I'm going to press that is going to be a lot. So, Growing Prosperity, we take out another bond. And for expansion, there is a lot of cargo in Rosario. It's a lot of livestock. Annoyingly, I can't actually ship meat anywhere because it's very expensive in Rosario. I can't actually ship anything really, apart from this livestock, because the prices are all equaling out. Well, that's not good. So, points of future expansion. We can't... Okay, so Argentina-Uruguay border kind of runs... It's just along that river, so Uruguay's not actually as big as I thought. Because I thought this might be part of Uruguay, but it's not. This is actually Argentina. Bearing in mind we only have like 500,000, but... I'm thinking maybe connect to Chascomús. Remember that we can build unconnected tracks, so that will help a lot as well. Like, I could actually connect General Pico to Lincoln. General Pico has a lot of pulpwood from logging camps. Doesn't really help us too much. Tandil has a lot of grain because of these bakeries. Same with Chascomús. about $58 in chess commerce. So we could ship it over to, like, Buenos Aires, or Pergamino. So I think we might actually just do that. Short bit of expansion. So get the station like that. So nobody wants to go to Chascomús. Well, there's a bit of mail that wants to go to Chascomús from Buenos Aires. Buenos Aires we could deliver some alcohol. Although it's like a tiny, tiny portion, tiny amount. Okay, so I think we'll do Chascomús to Buenos Aires. That should be relatively profitable. So once we start getting a lot of express, then we could think about hotels and stuff, and that improves your industry profit. But once we actually make a ton of money, then we're going to want to start building our own, or buying things like, you know, distilleries, breweries, meat plants, just whatever. Because we're going to need 25 million or more industry profit. The Shay has become available. Now, the Shay is basically just a better version of the Fairley, so the Shay basically makes the Fairley irrelevant. The only benefit of the Fairley is it's cheaper to maintain, and I think that's about the only benefit of the Fairley over the Shay. The Shay is actually 100% for passengers, so theoretically you could actually use the Shay for express for passengers, but it's probably designed for freight. But realistically, you know, we're not going to use either of them in this scenario. They definitely have their uses, but their uses are quite limited. Put down a car on this train. So we're starting to make a bit more money, but it's still not loads and loads. Pergamino has a bit of grain we could ship over to Buenos Aires. Santa Teresita is quite a ways away, but it does have demand for wool, and there is actually a bit of wool in the town. There's also a demand for produce, but there's not really much we can do with produce. And also, it'd be quite expensive to get to, because we have to build a bridge. There's not a great deal of huge cities anywhere nearby. I'm just wondering if it might be worth connecting north up to Santa Fe and Parana. Where, again, there are bakeries that demand grain. The thing is every city demands meat because all houses demand meat, so there's a huge demand for meat all over the place. Which is useful. Wool is only demanded really by textile mills. Yeah, houses demand grain and meat, but they don't demand wool. So we've delivered 20 loads of meat and 11 loads of grain. So if you're only interested in the bronze, all you need to do is 100 loads of meat. You could basically just sit back and wait until the end of the game and we'd probably get bronze. That's basically all you have to do, is just 100 loads of meat. It's not difficult. Udinarain has a big bakery. just remembering that we can connect unconnected track. So like General Pico and Santa Rosa both have a lot of cargo, but it's just all grain, so we can't exactly ship that between those two cities for a profit. Now, let's take out some bonds. 1 million in bonds. City of, or the town of Lincoln, again it's just a big bakery. So if we look at the grain market here, grain's actually quite expensive over here. So we could ship grain over from the west towards the eastern part of the map. And obviously the fact we can build unconnected track really does help. So I mean, like General Pico to Lincoln would be tiny profit, like I'm talking $4, if that, per load of grain. Santa Rosa, I mean that's not to say there's no passengers or anything like that we can't see yet. Santa Rosa to like Bahia Blanca would be good as well, because then we could deliver grain, it'd be quite profitable. Although it's quite a long way. That's a very big profitable train. Lots of produce going from Rosario to Buenos Aires. Very profitable there. As expected, this meat plant is very expensive and very profitable. Distillery's doing well as well. Yeah, the fact I can buy and build industries for cheaper will help us out a lot. Because that's, you know, it means hotels, post offices, etc. are cheaper. And, you know, paper mills, steel mills, breweries, distilleries. Oh, we can't build breweries. Okay, that's not good. Does that mean the only thing that demands grain then is bakeries, other than just general houses? Okay, so for industry we might end up going for a lot of textile mills instead, and meat plants. Of our own, and then... Okay, not a problem. Santa Teresita could be worth connecting to because of the wool. Bahia Blanca we definitely want to connect to, it's just where do we connect it to? Santa Rosa, like I said, Santa Rosa does have a distillery and a bakery. The distillery's not useful, I meant the bakery. So we could do Bahia Blanca to Santa Rosa. I think I'll take a chance and do that. Let's save the game. Argentina, LP, hard. We'll connect Bahia Blanca with a large station. Like that. And then we want to connect up to Santa Rosa if possible. And then once we've got more money we can go up to General Pico. So Bahia Blanca to Santa Rosa. So the fact we can build unconnected track makes this a lot easier. But also this railroad is going to be a bit weird. Because it's going to be a lot of like lines that are just kind of unconnected to a lot of places. How do I actually want to do this? Because I want to go to General Pico and Santa Rosa over there. But then I probably also want another line eventually going up to like Lincoln. So Bahia Blanca will be a sort of terminus hub. If you imagine like a tree where all the lines diverge and go to Bahia Blanca. But General Pico to Santa Rosa, which we'll just connect to now. So General Pico we can do with a medium station, for now. And then Santa Rosa probably have to be a large station. Ooh, I hope I've got enough money. I probably don't, do I? No, we definitely don't. Ah. Poo. That's not good. Right, never mind. In that case... General Pico... Oh, we can ship livestock from General Pico over to Santa Rosa. A couple of passengers. Tiny bit of grain, but it's like barely anything. Bit of alcohol. It's not gonna be a very profitable train, but we can do Santa Rosa to General Pico. And we'll need maintenance and service. Yes, that's not been as successful as I thought it would be, but do we have enough money to connect up to Rivera, by chance? Just about, mate. Not with the station, okay. No worries. If we can get an economic boom, that will help us. Although we can't get a bond. So we'll build a medium station in Rivera. So Rivera doesn't have a lot going for it anyway, but no passengers and mail we can deliver. But General Pico, we can deliver pulpwood and paper and alcohol. So we can do Santa Rosa to General Pico and then to Rivera from General Pico, and then Rivera, I guess. I mean, it doesn't really matter because there's not exactly a whole lot going here anyway, but I guess it'll just go back to Santa Rosa. And then that should be okay. I don't know how the game calculates not full loads. Like, does it add up all the little bits and then eventually it just rounds up? So if I deliver like 0.6 of a load and 0.4 of a load, is that then one load? Or does the game just consider that as 0 because you've failed to deliver a whole load on both train journeys? Because logically that should just be one load, but I actually don't know how the game works it out. Maybe if it's more than 50% it's counted as 1, so the 0.6 would count as 1, and the 0.4 would count as 0. I don't know, that's a simple answer. We still don't have enough to connect Rivera to Bahia Blanca, which is obviously the main goal. But we can start working on it. And I'm trying to build it in such a way that we only get like a 2% maximum gradient. I still don't actually know if it is cheaper to build track on flat land compared to up a hill. It would make sense if it were, but I don't know for certain whether or not it is. Oh, the Buenos Aires Chascomús train has run out of oil. Yeah, because there's no maintenance facility. Stock split 2 for 1 doesn't affect us really. Although it might determine our credit rating, possibly. I can't. It's because it's so close to the ocean, it won't allow me to build a maintenance facility. That is very annoying. So I'm going to have to build the maintenance facility like over here. Right, so that is the track built up to Bahia Blanca. Now, Bahia Blanca can't deliver any of the wool, but can deliver the clothing to General Pico for the most profit, although that's quite a long way. Oil, we can't actually deliver that to anywhere. And grain, can't deliver that anywhere either. But grain we could deliver from Santa Rosa. Alcohol to Bahia Blanca. Meat. Yeah, so we're going to want to do Santa Rosa to Bahia Blanca, which should be profitable. Yeah. So, little mail, and then some grain. A lot of grain, actually. So it's not actually delivering the meat, it's just delivering a lot of grain. And then we're going to need maintenance and service about here. So, for future expansion on the Bahia Blanca line, probably connect maybe up to Lincoln, and then from here we can go Rivera or Santa Rosa to Pejuajo, which I'm definitely not pronouncing correctly. Pejuajo? Yeah, I have no idea. It's quite fun to say, even if it's probably completely wrong. So there's actually like 3 cities there we could connect up to. Probably don't have enough money, but we could give it a go, I suppose. Okay, hang on, which of these cities is... Yeah, the one that I was just failing to pronounce actually does have quite a bit, because there's a cattle ranch there as well, so... This meat plant, actually, is a bit of meat. There's also a fair bit of livestock, so I think we will build a large station here. Oh. Though officially at peace, the Diaguita and Guarani natives have on occasion looted trains in the Pampas region. You could keep this from happening by paying for federal troops each year. So basically, from now on, we've got to pay 150,000 annually for the troops. Or we have nothing to fear from the natives. Yeah, I think if you do that, you probably have to rebuild everything because it will just get destroyed. So basically, from now on, we've got to pay 150,000 annually. Which is a bit annoying. But I think we should be alright. Because hopefully we can make 150,000 a year, no problem. Right, passengers apparently want to go from Bahia Blanca to here. We can deliver livestock from Rosario to here, interestingly. And then... yeah, so we'll do here to Bahia Blanca. Game won't let me take out a bond. I need 180,000 for a Santa Rosa to General Pico. Ah, it ran out of water, presumably between General Pico and Rivera. So we can alleviate that by just putting a water tower here. And then La Plata to Buenos Aires still needs a frickin' maintenance facility, but I can't build one. The game just won't let me unless I rebuild some of this track, which I might have to do. Could do with a bit more money. Or a bond. A bond would be very useful, please. New Quinn has offered 400,000. That's a huge bonus. I don't know if I've ever seen mean, I've seen 300,000. 400,000 is huge. It's miles out of nowhere, but if we eventually connect up with Santa Isabel, which I do actually want to do, because that had lots of meat and cargo and stuff. So connect up to Santa Isabel and then maybe connect down to Neuquén. Does it have... It does have a textile mill. It actually has 2 textile mills. So that's something we could do later, like, you know, near the end of the game maybe. Because that bonus doesn't go away. Now, we've got enough money to go from Pejuajo to Bahia Blanca. Lots of meat, a couple of passengers, milk and produce. Is it worth sticking a dining car on? Probably not. We do need a maintenance and service over here though. Can't take out a bond. But we've made a lot of profit this year, which is good. So the company is actually doing well and growing. Yeah, you've been billed 150,000. That just happens whether you've got the money anyway. Right, so we've got 52 loads of meat. We do need to start working on the wool, potentially. That could be a problem. Take out the full 1.5 million in bonds. And I think we will actually connect up to Santa Isabel. The good news is that once you start getting billed $150,000, it's not like you've got to worry about where you get connecting to next. It's kind of an inevitability that you will eventually have to come up with that event. I don't know where the exact borders are. It's probably just like certain parts of the map that are invisible to us, where it's like if you connect to, then you trigger the event where you've got to now start paying 150,000 a year for troop protection. But yeah, so we'll connect up to Santa Isabel, which I do know is one of those cities where you do have to connect or pay for troop protection. But Santa Isabel is huge. That's a relatively flat bridge as well. That's good. We'll go this way, although I doubt that Victorica will have anything worthwhile. Few bumpy bits around here. In actual fact, if I go round via Santa Rosa, that's actually still pretty flat, so I can go to Victorica. Ooh. Bit low on cash now. How much is a consolidation? Consolidation is 120,000. 8-wheeler is... So straight away, Santa Isabel has a ton of livestock and meat. Because there's 3 meat plants in Santa Isabel. There's also a lot of wool. Santa Rosa, we can ship some wool over from Santa Rosa to Santa Isabel. Not much, but it's a tiny bit. And then Santa Isabel, there's a bit of oil we can ship over to Santa Rosa. Interestingly, there's actually some passengers and mail that we can deliver. The most profitable would be in terms of meat, would be Santa Isabel to Bahia Blanca. So probably won't actually go Santa Isabel to Santa Rosa and Santa Isabel to Bahia Blanca. And do both trains once some money comes in. Then I'll get an 8-wheeler. There you go. So Santa Isabel to Santa Rosa has 4 loads of meat and some passengers. And we are going to need maintenance and service. which I'll build like here. So yeah, Santa Isabel is going to be a very profitable city. This area of the map is actually very profitable for us. And I just had 180,000, but it disappeared from me. I'll build a service tower over here as well. And then Santa Isabel to Bahia Blanca with an 8-wheeler. Eventually I'm probably going to want to start using custom consists for certain things, but for now we're probably alright. Bahia Blanca... yeah, can't really deliver the wool anywhere. But eventually we're going to want to start connecting this Santa Isabel, Santa Rosa area over up with Buenos Aires, and then we'll have like one big line going. Yeah, La Plata. Yeah, we need to rebuild this, because otherwise these trains are just running without oil, and that's really not good. There you go. So that fixes that issue. As for future expansion, I think Santa Teresita could be worthwhile to connect to. And then also, I think Lincoln maybe. Fair bit of grain in Lincoln. The issue is, like I said, the grain and the wool is not necessarily in the cities, it's just kind of in the middle of nowhere, in the countryside. But I think we'll connect up to Carlos Cesares, because eventually we want to connect Santa Isabel and Santa Rosa up with Buenos Aires. So Carlos Cesares, we can deliver just a simple train to maybe Santa Rosa. Or actually, no. No, we'll do Pehuajo to Carlos Cesares. And that'll just be a short train, but it should be okay. Bit of livestock, some passengers and some produce. And then we'll get enough money, we'll build, well, take out more bonds and do maintenance and service. And then we can connect up to either Lincoln or Saladillo. Lincoln has there's actually a livestock farm there, or cattle ranch rather. Okay, we'll do. I mean, we'll probably want to do both eventually anyway, but we'll do Saladillo for now. I am aware that I do need industry profit, but I reckon a few meat plants and textile mills here and there should be okay. Now, Saladillo, bit of alcohol, bit of grain we could ship over to Pehuajo. So we'll do Saladillo to Pehuajo, And my pronunciation is just going to get progressively worse as this video goes along. Economic boom turns into prosperity. So it was only a short-lived boom. Yeah, so the meat and the grain is doing alright, although might need to go a bit faster or get gold, but that's why we keep expanding. The wool could be an issue. Because we need 200 loads of wool for gold. And right now the cheapest lot of wool that we have is in Santa Rosa, which for the most profit, Santa Rosa wool to Buenos Aires would only be $10, so yeah, hauling wool's not going to be easy. This is where we might have to start thinking about building track and stations to the middle of the countryside. There's just not a lot of... well, there's sheep farms, like I say, but they're all kind of in the middle of nowhere. We're hugely profitable this year, though. Annoyingly, I can't take out a bond. So I could take out some bonds next year and then connect Celadillo to Buenos Aires, or I could connect up to Lincoln right now. I think we'll wait for a bit. Hopefully we can take out some bonds. Yeah, so we've been billed 150,000. Take out bonds. Lots of bonds. Stock split 3 for 1. So our guy has 450,000 in cash, because he's not making any money from the stock. He just gets paid his salary and then that's about it. Right, so we'll connect Celadillo to Buenos Aires. There we go. And then Buenos Aires is now connected up with Santa Isabel, which is a long old way. So, Buenos Aires has a lot of meat that we could actually deliver to Celadillo. Wool from Santa Rosa and Bahia Blanca, Santa Isabel. Grain from Celadillo, apparently. Well, there's not much. But yeah, so we'll do Buenos Aires to Celadillo. Just see what it delivers. Probably meat. Yeah, meat. Good. And then, yeah, eventually we'll probably want to buy a meat plant somewhere, like this one here. It's 2.7 million, but it's very profitable. Or, you know, one of these ones in Santa Isabel or something. Because it's like just over 2 million, but it makes 300,000 a year. 2.1 million for something that's making like 300,000 a year is very good value. Oh. I did have 2.1 million. Then it all disappeared. This is where issuing stock would come in useful. That's gone up to 2.175 million. Right, now we bought it. We could actually upgrade it as well, because it's making so much meat per year that it would do alright even with an upgrade. So, all this meat, we could actually ship over to General Pico, which is interesting because... Oh, I thought there was a meat plant in General Pico. No, there isn't. So, Santa Isabel to General Pico. That's just 8 loads of meat straight there. And all this wool, it has like nowhere to go. Could do a long train from Santa Rosa to Buenos Aires, but it is a long way and it might not be all that profitable. Although it could deliver quite a bit of meat, maybe. So we'll do Santa Rosa to Buenos Aires. It's not that far. Well, it's like halfway across the map, yeah, but it's fairly flat land. But it's actually just delivering a load of paper. Okay. This is where custom consists might be useful later on. I could actually just do a wool train from Santa Isabel to Buenos Aires. I think we'll do an any cargo train. And then we'll do a wool-only train. And then any cargo on the way back. So it's not going to be very profitable, this, but we'll give it high priority. And then that just speeds up the wool deliverance. And then once we've got 880,000, we'll copy that over and do another wool train. Because I think otherwise the wool is just not going to get delivered. We've been billed for troops. So we are a very profitable company. And we've made a small bit in industry profits. We're actually over halfway now for the grain, for gold, and we're almost a third the way for the meats. So I think in terms of the cargo we should be fine, because we've only used 7 years out of 30. The industry profit should be okay. I might actually want to refinance some of these bonds if possible. Well, saying that, yeah, a lot of these bonds are pretty nasty. So, we are in economic prosperity, but... So if I paid off some of these bonds, I might be able to get some 7% bonds, but... I'll leave it for now. We'll get another wool train. That's another 8 loads of wool. They're basically hauling for nothing, but, you know... It just means that the wool does actually get delivered. We could do the same from Santa Rosa, actually, and that would be shorter and it would make more money. So I think we'll do that. So Santa Rosa to Buenos Aires. Oh, that's any cargo. Santa Rosa is... Let's start in Santa Rosa and do that. So that's 6 loads of wool there. How much is it to upgrade this meat plant? It's just over 1 million. So there you go, we'll do that. So for future expansion... God, there's a hell of a lot of cargo in Santa Isabel, it's crazy. It's all this livestock. And there's a lot of grain as well. Grain we could ship over to Rosario and Buenos Aires, Chascomús, yeah, all around over here. So we could actually do a grain train. We'll do a train from Santa Isabel to Rosario, just haul anything. And we'll do the same again, what we would do if we had enough money. Yeah, so again, it's not going to be hugely profitable, but that's not the point. So we'll do Santa Isabel to Bahia Blanca if I haven't already done that. Pretty sure I have already done that, but maybe I haven't. So that's a bit more meat. And then we'll want to copy that. So we might end up with a few traffic jams here and there, but it should be alright. We are a very profitable company. And we're in economic prosperity, so... Yeah, so actually the wool's now getting delivered. So we're fine for wool, I reckon. Although speaking of wool, are there any really profitable textile mills? It's 4.2 million for that, so it's a bit out of reach. We can always build our own textile mills, obviously, where there's a lot of wool. And I think connecting up to Santa Teresita could be good as well. Because even though we've got like the main line going, we do want to connect up to more cities. We have earned almost 666,666, but it's 666,668 in industry profits. That could be worthwhile to buy that distillery. Is there any steel actually on the map anywhere? No. I suppose, yeah, there's not a lot of coal and not... There's a bit of iron here and there, but... Yeah, so steel's not really something that we're going to be delivering or having much of. But it's also not a priority for us. I was actually going to end up connecting up to Santa Fe and Parana. There's not actually too much in the way of Uruguay as well, which is a bit of a shame. I suppose as we develop and get more profitable, we will just sort of end up connecting here, there, and everywhere. Yeah, I mean, like Santa Teresita could be worthwhile to connect to. I never did connect up to Lincoln, so we could end up doing that. And I probably actually want to build a loop more directly from Santa Isabel, Santa Rosa to Rosario if I've got a load of trains going over that way. We have got like most of the main lines. Definitely got the sort of big cities, but yeah, Santa Fe Parana could be worthwhile connecting to. And then once we've done that, we could go next up to like Bovril, Federal, and then Baltasar Brum. And also, once we buy into Uruguay, and then also connect Buenos Aires up to Montevideo, like I said I was going to. We just need to basically connect cities to generate profit and demand for meat, wool and grain. Although I actually think we're probably actually delivering enough that we can just wait out for gold. But the industry profits will be an issue because we're not making enough in industry profits right now. We only have one industry and it's a meat plant. Now granted it is doing well, but it's not going to do well enough on its own. I think I will refinance some of these bonds. Still only 10%, so it's not actually worth doing much really. Cost me a bit of money, but save myself a bit in interest. Oh yeah, I was going to connect up to a new Quen. There is a textile mill here, but it's not exactly profitable. There's another one over here. Could be a bit of a decent buy. Yeah, probably want to connect up to New Quen eventually. This is definitely one of those maps where you won't end up connecting to every city on the map. Although I suppose we might end up doing that if the city becomes hugely profitable. Interestingly, we can ship meat from Rosario to Bahia Blanca. Grain is very expensive in Rosario by comparison. But I think we will actually connect up to Santa Fe and Parana from Rosario. It's like a sort of twin city, that. Two cities that are very, very close together. And there's actually quite a few cities over here, but I don't think there's quite a bit of demand for meat. Obviously, it's very expensive. Bit of grain over here, actually. And there's a textile mill in Parana, so it's just, I suppose it's just new markets that we can open up. And if nothing else, there might just be a couple of passengers here and there. So Crespo doesn't exactly have much we can do with it. Parana I will get a large station once I've got enough money. Whoops. Yeah, there you go. So Parana we can do like that. And then meat from Rosario to Parana. So when some money comes in, we can do Rosario to Parana. Don't seem to be making as much money this year. Economy's slowing, but that shouldn't be the reason why we're not making as much money. Although I say that, and then all the money came in. So Rosario to Parana. Waiting for tractor player, that's going to be an issue. Yeah, there's a lot of traffic around here. So I'll just double up around Rosario. So Rosario to Pergamino can be doubled up. Maintenance, service, like so. So we've almost done the grain. We've got bronze. So if we stop now, we would get bronze. Essentially. I think really the only problem now is the actual industry profit. Oh, we don't want double track. And then Santa Fe. There's some meat we could deliver. Annoyingly, not really anywhere. And we also can't really deliver the meat anywhere in Santa Fe, nor can we really get meat. So I guess we'll just do Santa Fe to Rosario. So this hasn't actually been as successful as I thought it would be, but put a dining car on that train. Still making huge profit. Even in normal economy. Right, so we're over halfway for the meat for gold. Almost done the grain. And then wool is getting there. I think once we've got enough money, we just need to buy like this textile mill, for example. If I can get about, 2.5 to 3 million, I'll just buy this textile mill. Because I think in terms of track and trains, we're probably actually alright for now. Tandil has a bit of grain because of the bakery. About $50. Maybe ship it over to Bahia Blanca. I don't know if I've got a train from Pehuajo to Bahia Blanca, but that could be worth doing as well. Yeah, a bit of meat. No grain. Right, we've passed 210 loads of meat, so we still get bronze if we stop now, because we haven't done enough wool and industry profit, but definitely getting there. That was a hugely profitable meat plant, but it's far too expensive for now. No, I want to buy this textile mill. It's just gone up to 2.7 million, which is annoying. I am aware that I can build my own industries, but I just kind of figure if it's already established. If I built like another textile mill, then not. Oh wow, there's actually a lot of. Where's Parana? Parana is up north, so counterintuitively, I could actually end up building a train from Buenos Aires to Parana to try and ship some of this wool over. It's actually not doing that. It's delivering oil for not that much money. The good news is that no matter how expensive an industry is, I think it's always the same price to upgrade it. And we definitely want to upgrade this. So we've made almost 2 million in industry profit, even though we only actually have 2 industries. So once we get enough money, I want to upgrade this textile mill. There you go. So this is the thing, is you don't need a lot of industry, you just need a couple of very profitable ones. I think I might actually just build hotels, etc. in here. I don't know how profitable they will be, but they might just help a little bit. And I think I'll do the same in Rosario. It's interesting that there's troops, though. Where's Rivera? Oh, Rivera's there. Yeah, it's kind of miles away from anywhere. And it's also not very big. Right, so we've done the grain goal. We've actually almost done the meat goal. So, yeah, we just need a lot more in industry profit. So we need about another 22.5 million in industry profit. Probably making, hard to say, but maybe close to 1 million in industry profit a year. So yeah, we will need to increase that. That's going to need to be a large station. That is hugely profitable, but far too expensive for us right now. Oh, train crash! That is not good. I never did connect up to Victorica, so I'll do that with a small station. It doesn't exactly have a lot going for it. Nobody wants to go to here. Passengers or mail. Could deliver some meat though. And some alcohol. So Santa Isabel to Victorica, and it will need a maintenance facility because I didn't build one ages ago. Save the game. Yeah, so we still need to deliver all this wool. And then increase the industry profit. But, you know, grain is fine, meat is fine. Yeah, I think we're doing fine. A lot of wool in Saladillo. Distillery's profitable, could be worth... Saladillo to Buenos Aires. I know we've already got a train going from those places, but we'll just copy that again. And that's delivering, yeah, a bit of wool. So our industry's not making huge profits, but the hotels are actually doing alright. Post offices, I don't think they ever make any profit, but meat plant and textile mill both upgraded, both hugely profitable. General Pico has a lot of wool we can ship over to Santa Isabel or Bahia Blanca. So we'll do General Pico to Santa Isabel. And we'll copy that as again. And that'll deliver a load of wool. Probably actually enough wool here, we could build our own textile mill, rather than, you know, it's only 3 million, so we'll save up and try and buy that. Hopefully. There's another meat plant here, we could buy that for 2.1 million. Roughly. Or this one here for just over 2 million, 2.1 million, yeah, buy that. And then it's about $1 million to upgrade. So Santa Isabel is hugely profitable, like, it's an incredible city for this scenario. So we made almost 4 million in industry profit. We still need another 103 loads of wool. And 28 loads of meat. But the industry profits are really coming in now. Upgrade that. Growing prosperity, very nice. I actually want to double up some of my track, and these wool trains, once we get the 200 loads of wool, they're not going to be useful. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how useful these trains actually are, to be honest, anymore. Because if the wool's not around, what the heck? Cordova has a hugely profitable lumber mill. Lots and lots of logs and lumber over there. I mean, this is the thing now, is I don't actually have to connect these cities, but I may as well. Federal, Bovril, etc. What I'm noticing is that there's a lot of cities that are named the same as cities in other countries. Like, there's a city here, San Francisco, which obviously is in California as well, and then La Paz, which is in Bolivia. So there's a lot of grain over here. We can ship that over to Crespo. I've just noticed that there's no trains going to and from Crespo. There's also a bit of meat we can ship. So Federal to Crespo. Quite a bit of grain there. Although we don't actually need to worry about grain, but it's just a bit of profit at the end of the day. And then Bovril, which is a rather funny named town. This will do Bovril to Rosario. If you don't know, Bovril is a sort of beef drink in the United Kingdom. So we'll do Bovril to Rosario. Wow, okay, that's a lot of passengers and troops, interestingly. I think we've sort of reached the point now where I don't really have to worry about where I'm connecting to. I just sort of connect here, there and everywhere. Because the company's just making a lot of money. Probably actually refinance some of these bonds now. Yeah, I can get 7 and 8% bonds. So get rid of this 11% bond. It's not a massive help, but it just helps a little bit. Plus, it's not like I'm going to pay these off anyway, because, you know, they're due in like 1915 after the game ends. So, just down to the 10% ones now. Plus, I think it's actually increasing your credit rating. Doing this, I'm not actually sure, but potentially. Yeah, so I've managed to increase or decrease the interest rate from like 10 and a bit percent to 7.2, which is, you know, it saves us like 300,000-ish in interest per year. Very nice. Not that we really needed to do that, but furniture factory has appeared near Carlos Casares. Okay. Well, if we can connect up to Cordova, then there's a lot of lumber over there. So there's a bit of meat here we can ship over to Federal. But then, in terms of everything else, we'll do over to Rosario. So that was Esperanza to Rosario. A couple of passengers over there, so we'll put a dining car on. It's interesting how every single train is the 8-wheeler, because it's just the best overall, because it's got good stats and it's fast. And it's great on flat land, which we're dealing with. So we've made over 5 million in industry profit. Very good. So we've done the meat goal, we still need 94 loads of wool and then about another 20 million in industry profit. Hugely profitable company now, we're making 4 million in East Life prosperity. How much is this? 1.8 million. Could buy that. I kind of want to buy that textile mill. Did I build a train? No, I didn't build a train for Rafaela. We'll just do Rafaela to Rosario. And back, I suppose. With a dining car. And double up round here. Yeah, so that's the advantage of the Iron Bridge, is that you can just double them up. 4.2 million for that very profitable meat plant. $4 million for that distillery. Distillery might actually be more valuable, to be honest. Oh look, a new locomotive has become available. It's the 8-wheeler that I've been using all this time. Kind of silly, really. Oh, we're getting a couple of stoppages here because of breakdowns and stuff. That's not good. Rosario is just such a big city that it's... Let's see. Right, so we bought that distillery for just over 4 million. But it's already fully upgraded and it's making like almost $500,000 a year. Train crash. Oh, it's one of my wool trains. A bit annoying. Could probably actually get rid of these wool trains, but at the same time, we still need to deliver a bit of wool, so... Oh, another train crash. Right, I think I'm going to finally connect up to Lincoln. Not terribly useful anymore because we've already satisfied the grain goal, but might be able to deliver some meat, although we've actually already done the meat goal. We've easily done the meat goal, actually. Wool's actually the main priority now, as is industry profits. So, I guess Lincoln... We can just do Lincoln to Pejuafo with a dining car. It is good that we're getting express, though, to be fair. I mean, it's to be expected because it's still the 19th century, but it's good that we're getting express. But Bovril has a lot of passengers and mail and stuff, I just noticed. Stock split 2 for 1. So I think we started with 10,000 shares in the company, it's now 480,000. Right, so we need 78 loads of wool and quite a bit more in industry profit. So, yeah. Oh, Federal to Crespo, I didn't build maintenance and service apparently. So keep expanding here and there. And then Raffaella to Rosario. Run out of water. Economic boom times, brilliant. Wait, where's Raphael? Raffaella's over here. I guess we'll just build maintenance and service over here. Yeah, Raffaella, nearest water tower's over there. It should have been fine, but I don't know. We do want to get over to Cordoba. So we'll connect up to San Francisco. And then Cordoba, I want to build flats, if possible. 3%. Maybe. Or that works. If I actually just come in directly, that's actually not too bad. There's nothing out this way that I want to connect to, so that Cordoba can basically act like a terminus unless I connect up to Rio Tercero. Arroyito is 2 houses. That is incredibly tiny. Then again, so is Las Varillas. Anyway, we made it to Cordoba. Cordoba must mean something in Spanish because there's quite a few cities called Cordoba in the world. I like how that station is allowed, considering it just completely flattens that house. Right, there's a lot of logs here. There's a lot of lumber that we can ship over to Parana, Crespo. Some meats that we could actually ship over to Arroyito. Not that we actually need to ship meat over anymore, we've done that. Nobody wants to go to Cordoba in terms of express, passengers and mail. So I guess we'll go over to yeah, maybe just do Rosario. So Cordoba to Rosario. It's quite a long way, but the other alternative is like Parana, I suppose. Or was it Crespo? No, I guess we'll just do Rosario. And we will need maintenance and service here and there. So if I can afford to, I will buy that lumber mill because that's very profitable. That meat plant, on the other hand, is not really worth getting. So still need 54 loads of wool, and then quite a bit of industry profit. Oh, train crash. Palis Cesares and Waffle. I hope that we get a new train available, and I hope it's actually decent, because as much as I like the 8-wheeler, the fact that every single train is an 8-wheeler is a bit daft. I want a bit of variety. I don't know when the Pensy becomes available, but I'm pretty sure it's before this, so it doesn't look like it's going to become available in this scenario. It's possible that the next locomotive that we get will be the 2D2, which is 1904. We're also actually coming up for halfway to time. How much are we actually making in terms of industry profit now? So last year in industry profit we made 2.5 million. And we need about another 15.5 million in industry profit. So we are actually okay for industry profit, bearing in mind we're in the economic boom. But we could do with some more industries just to be safe. Oh, I do want to buy this lumber mill. There we go. I'll build hotels, etc. in Santa Isabel, where there's a lot of express. Okay, I want to buy this meat plant. And then I will dominate the meat industry in Santa Isabel. And we can also build suspension bridges, not that really affects us too much. Traffic coming into and out of Santa Isabel is actually not bad, considering how big of a city it is. I do want to upgrade this meat plant as well. So, this is just how ridiculous this is. Like, there's 3 meat plants here, 2 of which are upgraded, and yet they're still all profitable. There's just that much meat demand and livestock, I suppose. Plus this textile mill. Oh, I don't own this. I do want to own this textile mill, though. 3.6 million. It's a bit too much for me at the moment. Oh wow, yeah, so we've made like almost 13 million in industry profit now. Yeah, industry profit, like, at the rate we're going, we'll be done in about 4 years. Assuming the wool is okay as well. We don't actually have a great deal of railroad. I mean, we've got, you know, 1,800 miles of track almost, but there are a lot of cities that aren't connected. And it is an interesting one, this, because you don't have to connect cities specifically. You can build wherever you want. We've also managed to be fortunate without having to build... We've been fortunate and we haven't had to build, you know, track and trains in the middle of nowhere. We've managed to just build track and trains to the cities. Right, buy that. So we only need 16 loads of wool more. So we've hit the silver. If the game stops now, we will get the silver medal. I'm going to save the game. I do want to connect up to New Quinn, actually, though. Even though there's probably not loads worthwhile there, but it's a bit awkward because the nearest big city to New Quinn is probably Catriel, and that's quite far away from where we want to go to. I mean, Lime Mahueda, there's not really anything there. And Santa Isabel to Catriel directly is... We'll build the station first in New Quinn. And then we'll build New Quinn to Catriel, or Catriel, which will give us the 400,000 bonus. Bloody hell. So annoyingly there's a bit of a 3% gradient there, it's just fairly unavoidable. And then that gives us the 400,000 bonus. So New Quinta Catrio, we could do a little short train. Wouldn't be hugely profitable. But I think at this point we can probably afford to have trains that aren't terribly profitable. Delivers a fair bit of clothing. So in actual fact, I'm going to buy this textile mill. This one could be worthwhile getting as well. In fact, this is making enough that it could be upgraded, but it's not actually making a great deal of profit. Same with this one. This could be upgraded, but it's not making a huge profit. Oh well. Right, we've actually done the cargo goals now, so we can get rid of any hugely unprofitable trains like those bull trains. We're basically done for gold. We just need about another 8.5 million in industry profit, which will be done in, like, you know, about 2 years. This economic boom seems to have lasted a very long time. When did this start? Oh, 1894. It does feel though like we've had very good economy for most of the game, because it's been normal, or prosperity, or boom for the entire game. Not that I'm complaining, by any means. Yeah, my only regret with this scenario is the fact that a lot of the map we haven't really had the chance to explore. Hell, what cargo in Mendoza? What is that? It's just collecting all the iron. Unfortunately, iron on its own is not useful. After 1877, which this scenario takes place in 1880 and onwards, Tool and Dice don't accept just iron, so I don't think there's anything you can do with just iron. I don't think weapons and munitions factories will take just iron. Right, anyway. So I'm not bothered anymore about, you know, specific cargo trains, like wool trains. So I think once this train reaches Santa Isabel, I'll just retire it. And then this train as well, that can just be retired. So we need about another 6.5 million in industry profit. All the big industries that we have are upgraded. And then we've actually got a very profitable hotel in Rosario. And a decently profitable hotel in Buenos Aires. These New Quinta textile mills aren't hugely profitable, but we're making a little bit of money. Yeah, we'll do Santa Isabel to New Quinta. I'm not too bothered anymore because I know that we're going to get gold and we're also hugely profitable. There's a heck of a lot of cargo in General Alvear. Hugely profitable lumber mill, but unfortunately it's 6 million. But we'll connect up there anyway. And then we'll do General Alvear to Santa Isabel. So if we can get about 5 million, or perhaps 6 million before the game ends. The economy's slowing, gives me a bit longer to actually play the game. And we'll connect up to this town as well. Corral de Loja. How do you pronounce that? And we'll do that to Santa Isabel with a dining car. We will actually connect up Lincoln with Rosario. Because that just means that Rosario is better connected to Santa Isabel, I suppose. And then now we've got like a little ring. We'll also connect up to Junin. At this point I'm kind of doing things because why not? Like, we're making so much money and the game's basically over. Why not? Obviously I won't be able to connect every city on the map, that'd be ludicrous. It's a shame that we never actually connected up to Montevideo, which I suppose... it's only 1 million for access rights. Might be able to connect up to Montevideo. Get into Uruguay. But I haven't actually needed to. This is the thing. We're so profitable without it. I'll connect... this place is absolutely pointless because it's just like 2 houses. Is there even anything I can deliver over here? No. No, this place is basically pointless. But we'll do Lincoln Rosario, which is now a lot quicker than it used to be. And Junin. Buenos Aires actually hasn't been used as much as it probably should have been. So we'll do Junin to Buenos Aires. Rosario has kind of become the main sort of centre. That and Santa Isabel, and I suppose Santa Rosa as well. Can't make it a large station, I'll make it a medium station now. Train crash! I'll buy this distillery. So we still need another 4 million in industry profit. Upgrade that. At this point I'm just looking for sort of cheap bargains to buy. Oh, government recession, that's no good. Ooh, that's very expensive. $3 million for that. Textile mill. Or thereabouts. About another 2.5 million in industry profit. Train crash. Apologies if I'm kind of rushing through, I kind of just want to get this all done in one part now, and I've only got like 5 minutes to do that. Another 2 and a bit million. Yeah, munitions factories require steel, they don't just take iron anymore. So I don't think there are anything that you can... I don't think there's really anything you can do with just iron. And we only need another 800,000 in industry profit. Economy crashes to depression, but I'm really not bothered because we just made gold. I was going to say that even with an economic depression, thanks to our huge industry profits, we're probably still, and quite extensive railroad network, we're probably still going to be making a big profit in economic depression anyway. Anyway, gold. You are a most impressive tycoon, Jefe. Argentina sings your praise. Yeah, that's not a very difficult scenario. Especially not after Orient Express. It's nice to have a scenario where you can basically just do whatever you want. Within limits, obviously, you still have to deliver the meat, wool and grain. But it's nice to not have to worry about personal net worth, or you must connect City A to City B. Yeah, it's really not a difficult scenario. Like I said, my only real regret is the fact that there's a whole lot of cities that I had plans to connect to, and then never did. Like, I can't remember the name of the city, but there was a city here that was called, like, Santa Teresa or something. Santa Teresita. That I was like, oh yeah, I'll connect to there, and then I never needed to. But the whole reason of connecting there was because it had a bakery, so it would have demanded grain, or had a lot of grain that I could ship from there to elsewhere. But yeah, and like Uruguay, you know, a fair few cities, but I just didn't need to connect to any of them. As it happens, the cargo requirement haulage was very easy. I mean, I delivered over 400 loads of meat, and I've still got another 10 years to go. Very fun scenario. Actually, very fun scenario. You don't have to think too much. It's just kind of a fun little track and train scenario. You know, I mean, you saw at the end there, I was just building track and trains for the fun, while I was making profit and waiting for the industry profit to go up. Yeah, hope you've enjoyed it. I'll just quickly save the game as Argentina. And yeah, managed to fit it all in a single video, just under 2 hours. Very nice. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, share, comment, subscribe as usual, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, folks. Have a nice day. Bye bye.